Okay, so we're coming up on about 2 weeks now that I've had my Google Pixel 6 Pro, and in this video, I really just want to share what my experience has been like so far over this time. Now, this is not a full review or anything like that. I'll probably wait about another 2 weeks, maybe a full 30 days before I really give a full in-depth review on this device right here. But today, I kind of just want to share what my experience has been like over these past 2 weeks. Now, notice I said my experience because there has been so much talk about this device on social media. I mean, it has been crazy. You got people fighting with one another over this phone right here. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a phone. There is no need to fight over it because, you know, you have your people who are having a really good experience with this device, and then you have other people who are having a bad experience with it. And that's all fine, you know, because everybody uses their phone differently. Everybody's going to find different things either right with their device or wrong with their device. There is no need to fight over it. For those who are having a really good experience with their phone, let them enjoy it. Let them enjoy that experience that they're having with this phone right here. And for those who are having, you know, sort of a bad experience or some issues here and there, well, let them express those issues. Let them share that experience. There's no reason to fight over it, you know, over who's right, who's wrong, who's lying, who's not lying. At the end of the day, it's just a phone. Let's just enjoy our tech. If it's not for you, then it's not for you because, you know, one certain device is not going to be for everyone, which is why it's so great that there is just so many devices to choose from because one device is not going to be for everyone. This phone right here is not going to be for everyone, okay? I'm done with that. This is my experience right here with the Google Pixel 6 Pro. So first of all, I've been loving this device. My experience, it's been good, and I've also been having some issues. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys in this video. Yes, Google did send this out for me, not to review. They're really not even expecting me to make a video on this phone right here. And they're allowing me to be as honest as I want, which is what I'm going to do in this video. But first of all, huge thanks to them for sending this out as a gift. I'm really grateful to them for that. But I also gotta share my honest thoughts with you guys. So first of all, again, I have been loving this phone. It's been a great experience so far, but I have been experiencing some issues. So first of all, I want to talk about some of those issues before we get into some of the good stuff. So the first thing is, I'm sure, you know, a lot of you have been hearing about this on social media, and I really don't think it has to do with the phone. At least that's, you know, what I hear. It has more to do with Android 12, and that's kind of the performance when it comes to some apps. Like for me, I run my whole YouTube channel off of my smartphone, so I am always in the YouTube Studio app. The only thing is, it continues over and over again to either kick me out or just freeze, and then I'll be able to start using it, but I can never completely use it for as long as I want. So I'm gonna do it live right here on camera. Let me go into the YouTube Studio app right here. And you know, I use this app to comment back to a lot of you here on the channel. So I'm gonna go into the comments here. Say I'm just scrolling through the comments, you know, look at look at that. Look how fast that was. Let me go back into it. Let's try it one more time. So let me go into the comments. Okay, I'm scrolling through the comments. I want to see, you know, who am I going to comment back to today? Look at this. YouTube Studio keeps stopping. I can either go to app info, close the app, or send feedback. Now again, I don't think this has to do with the phone itself. I'm pretty sure it has to do with Android 12, and I'm pretty sure this can just be something that can be fixed through an update, or I'm really hoping that it's something that can be fixed through an update. Another thing, now, let me just say, the phone has been performing great when it comes to overall speed and snappiness. I mean, this 120 Hertz display is absolutely beautiful, super buttery smooth. The only thing that I noticed it's having a little bit of a hiccup with is Twitter. It doesn't scroll as smooth as with any other app, or if I'm just scrolling through the phone. You know, I don't know if you can tell right here on camera. Let me see if I can get that. So if I go really, really fast, it's kind of hard to tell, but if I'm just casually scrolling through Twitter right here, there's a little hiccup. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if you can tell here on camera, but there's just moments where it'll, I don't know if it's dropping frames, but it'll kind of stop and then go, stop and then go, stop and then go. And it's just really quick. And you know, it's not a huge deal. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's not something super, super annoying, but it's still something that I do have to mention. And again, I don't think it has to do with the phone itself. I think it's Android 12 on this device. So hopefully soon they can send an update to be able to fix the issue, at least with Twitter and YouTube Studio. Now, I'm not sure if there is any other apps that are having issues with Android 12 or on this device right here. If there is, if you do have this device, let me know down in the comment sections below. Or if there's any issues that I don't mention in this video, let me know down in the comments what your experience has been like so far. Okay, another thing, and I know everybody already knows about this, and this is one of those things that people are having a really good experience with, and you get those people that are having a bad experience with, and that is the fingerprint sensor. Now, I do have times where it works pretty good. It's actually pretty fast. It lets me into the phone pretty fast. And then I have moments where it's kind of slow and I'm literally holding my finger there and it'll finally unlock the phone. And actually, I actually shared this on Twitter just yesterday, I believe it was. Or no. It was today. I picked up my phone. I picked it up like this, okay? I picked it up like this. I did not touch the fingerprint sensor. And I noticed as I picked it up, and I don't have smart unlock on either. I noticed as I picked it up, I saw that fingerprint sensor glow and then the phone unlocked on its own. I did not touch that fingerprint sensor. I don't know what happened. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? What just happened? So I locked my phone. I tried unlocking it again with the fingerprint sensor, this time with my thumb. And I kept doing it over and over and over again, and it was not working for at least a minute straight. I was trying it, and then I pressed the code. I got into my phone. I locked it again. I tried it again. At least for a minute straight, it was not working. I have no idea what happened. But then after that minute, it was performing fine. I wasn't having any issues. Although, like I said, I do experience it every now and then to be a little slow. So let's try it here live on camera. So this is with the always on display on. So let me go and try this. There we go. So as you can see, it wasn't instant. It took a little bit of time. Let's try it again. There we go. So it's not too bad. Let's try it without the always on display. Pretty good. Let's try it one more time. See how it took a little bit longer there? So there's just times where it takes a little bit longer, and then there's times where it'll go really, really fast. Let's try it one more time with the always on display. See, that took a little bit longer to open. And it's not a huge deal to me. As long as I'm able to unlock my phone and get into it, I'm fine. But when you come from something like this, my Galaxy S21 Ultra, okay? All I gotta do is just simply boom, tap it real quick and I'm in. It's just a tap. Boom, tap real quick and I'm in. With the Pixel 6 Pro, I can't do that. There's no tapping and getting in there. You literally have to hold your finger on there and then it will open up for you. Again, it's not a big deal to me, but I thought I should go ahead and mention it because there are people who are gonna wanna know what my experience has been like with this fingerprint sensor, since it just has been a huge talk around social media. So this is just simply me sharing my experience with you all. So that's pretty much about it right now. Like I said, I haven't had anything major that's gonna make me wanna, toss this phone away. Like I said, I've actually been enjoying my experience with this device, aside from some of the issues I've been having. Like I said, hopefully it's just something that can be fixed with an update, and I'm sure once those issues are all fixed with an update, I mean, this device is going to be a boss. Nobody's gonna have really anything to complain about. So overall, I mean, I think it's a beautiful looking phone. I really love the design that Google went with this year. It's just something different, and it's something that shows people like, hey, that's a Pixel device. It doesn't look like anything else out on the market right now. You see this little RoboCop visor camera setup right there in the back, you know that is a Pixel device. And I really like that they still went with the two-tone color. But like I said in my unboxing video, I really wish they would have went with the accent colored power button. I think that would have looked really, really nice. But you can't always have everything you want. No device is absolutely perfect. There's always gonna be something that we do want on a device or that we feel shouldn't be on a device. But overall, I mean, I think it's a beautiful looking phone, and it's, it's not heavy either. It's actually pretty light. And what I really like about the whole display here when using the phone, it actually gives me Note vibes. And for those of you that know me, I am a huge Note lover. I love Galaxy Note devices. So when I first powered this on and started using it, I felt like I was using a Galaxy Note device. I was kind of comparing it to my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra right here, and they both have, that boxy look. So this does have a look of a Note device when you're looking straight on at it. First, you got that camera hole punch cut out up top, which I don't ever find to get in the way. I say this all the time. I'm perfectly okay with having that punch hole cut out up there. I'd rather have that than an under display camera, because like we've seen with the Galaxy Z Fold 2, the quality isn't really the best when taking selfie photos with that, and I am sweating. Woo, it is hot in this office. But overall, beautiful looking display. We're pretty much getting a bezel-less all-screen display. Watching content on here is great. Playing games on here is great. And I'll probably do a separate video actually gaming on this device to show how it performs. But just using the device overall on this display is great. I have no complaints at all. When it comes to brightness, it does get bright enough. Now, it's not the brightest phone I've seen, but I am still able to use it when I'm outside in the sunlight. I really don't have any problems using this display right here. Now, when it comes to performance, it's been performing fine over these past 2 weeks. I have no problem with that, other than, like I said, with the Twitter and the YouTube Studio app. But other than that, I haven't really had any hiccups. I mean, it's super snappy, super smooth, and that 120 hertz looks great on this display right here. Now, one thing that I did notice about this display before I started using the always on display right here, before I turned that on, I had it on the tap to wake. Now, this is another issue I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video. But sometimes that tap to wake wouldn't always work. I'd literally be there tapping, why isn't it showing me anything? And I would literally have to press the power button in order to see any type of information. So I don't know if that's an issue with the device or an issue with Android 12. Those are pretty much all my issues. Again, I'm done with that. Now, battery life. Now, I had a lot of people tell me in my all-day battery drain test, like, Josh, you need to use the phone more. Battery is going to get better. And when I did that battery drain test, I already had used the phone for, a couple of days, let the phone, learn my usage. And I think we came out with, 5 hours and something screen on time. I don't really remember off the top of my head, to be honest. But my average screen on time on this device since day one has been anywhere from around, I'd say 5.5 hours to around 6.5 hours. It's always consistently in between there. And I've actually taken screenshots. And if you're not following me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter, because I've actually been posting almost every day what my battery life has been like. So let me go into my screenshots here. Let's see, October 28th. So that was on a work day for me. Usually on my work days, I'll take my phone off the charger anywhere from 4:30 in the morning to 5 in the morning, usually around 5 in the morning. And as you can see here, I got about 6 hours of screen on time with had 5% battery left in the screenshot. It was 6:43 p.m. So I made it from 5 in the morning to 6:43 p.m. on a single charge with 6 hours of screen on time. Going on to another day here. Okay, so this was the weekend right here. It was actually Saturday. As you can see, I got 4 hours and 57 minutes that day, but check this out. So I actually took the phone off the charger at around 5 a.m. that morning. Once again, I was able to make it all the way up to midnight with 4 hours and 57 minutes of screen on time. And when you go into the app settings to see what your total screen on time is just for that day, it resets itself. It measures from midnight to midnight. So that was from 5 a.m. to midnight right there. I didn't throw my phone on the charger that night. It actually still had some juice. So I wanted to see if I can be able to use it the next morning. So I went to bed, woke up the next morning. I was able to get another 1 hour and 24 minutes of screen on time. It was, let's see, when did I take this screenshot? It was 8:56 in the morning with 8% battery left. So that's a total of what, about 6 hours and 20 minutes of screen on time. So as you can see, even if I'm using the phone, even if I'm able to get longer throughout the day, the screen on time is still consistent, anywhere between 5 hours to about 6.5 hours. So I'm still getting around that same screen on time. It all really just depends on your usage. If I'm using it lighter throughout the day, yes, of course, I am going to be able to make it really late into the night or even up until the next day. Now, everybody's usage is different. Everybody's going to be getting different results. That's why I think it's kind of funny when people are hating on each other or saying that somebody's lying about the battery life they're getting out of their device, because their usage might be different than yours. Maybe they're using their phone a lot heavier than you are, or maybe they're using it a lot lighter than you are, which is why they're making it later into their day or even sometimes into the next day. So again, everybody's usage is different. When it comes to my usage, I've been pretty consistent with it every day. Sometimes it's lighter, or I'll be using my phone the same, but it's just not all bunched up in a shorter amount of time. It's more spread out throughout the day. But again, my actual screen on time that I'm getting is anywhere from around 5 hours to 6.5 hours. There was one day, I forgot to take a screenshot, but there was one day where I almost pushed it to about 7 hours of screen on time. So the battery life on this device is actually pretty decent. It's all really just gonna come down to how you're using your phone. Now, maybe when it's been about a full month, I will be doing an updated all-day battery drain test with this device, where I show my full usage throughout the day and total screen on time and all that to see if the battery has improved from the first time I did that test. It's the cameras on here. I mean, you cannot go wrong with the cameras on a Pixel device. I get some, and I'll throw some pictures up right here on screen, but I can get some amazing photos with the cameras on this phone right here. And there's actually no macro mode with the cameras on this device, but if you use that 4x zoom and get pretty close to the subject you're taking a picture of, you can pretty much make it look like you're taking a macro photo. I mean, it's that good. And the portrait mode on here is great. I mean, there's some times where the edge detection isn't perfect, but it's pretty much there. It's really, really good. And even when you're using that 4x zoom to act as if you're taking a portrait shot, I mean, you can get some amazing shots. And then video, let me say this, and I believe I said this in a previous video, but Google has definitely improved when it comes to video on their Pixel device, because Pixels weren't always known for having, strong video or good quality video. I mean, yeah, it was good, it was okay, but it was never the best, out of other devices out there. It wasn't really able to stand up to other flagship devices. Well, this year, Google changed that. At least for me personally, my own personal opinion, I think video quality is great on these cameras, whether you're recording in the daytime or at night. Now at night, it can be a little bit, it really just depends. If you're moving around a lot, then yeah, it's not gonna be the best. But if you're, steadily just, panning the phone around or steadily walking, it's gonna look good. And I have done a 4K video test with this device right here. I'll leave that link to that video down in the description below in case you want to check it out for yourself. But video quality has definitely improved on, look at me, I'm still sweating right here. But video quality has definitely improved with this device right here, and stabilization is amazing. I was actually blown away with what the stabilization is like on this phone right here when taking a video. Now, one thing that really impressed me with this phone right here that I have been using a lot is the voice to text. I mean, it is so accurate. It is so right on with pretty much every word that you give it. And it's super fast too. It's not like it takes its time to think about what you're saying and then typing it down for you. And it also adds punctuation to whatever it is you're saying. It knows when you're gonna end a sentence, and it knows when you're gonna ask a question like, hey, how's the weather today? So really, really cool that we have something like this on this phone with how accurate this is. Like I said, I use it a lot now for pretty much all of my text messages. I am always using the voice to text. Look at it, it's still going. And this is something that's gonna be really cool for, students. If you're trying to, pay attention to a lecture, instead of typing it down or writing it down, you can literally just set your phone on a table and just have that recording word for word, everything. And like I said, it's pretty much right on. I mean, there are moments where it'll miss a word here and there if it doesn't really understand what you're saying, but for the most part, that voice to text is, it's amazing. But overall, my experience has been great with this phone so far, other than some of the issues that I've been having with it. But aside from that, I've really been enjoying this device right here. Really hoping that Google will send out an update to fix some of those issues that I have been having. But y'all let me know what you think down into the comment section below. I'm done rambling. I know I've just been going on, and this wasn't supposed to be a fancy video or anything like that. I just wanted to talk with you guys and let you know what my experience has been like. So this has been what my experience has been like over about these past 2 weeks with the Google Pixel 6 Pro. But again, let me know your thoughts down in the comment sections below. If you do have this device for yourself, how's it been treating you? Let me know. Leave a huge thumbs up on this video if you did like it and find it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.